Hey guys, welcome to MYC Uncensored. This is Joshita, and today I'll be discussing on how to be more in the present or moment. After listening to this podcast, I recommend you to do this as it brings a sense of peace and appreciation for what you're doing right now. Let's embark on a successful journey. I like to start off with a quote from author Ash. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. The fact that you've come here means that you dream of having more freedom in your life. It's not that your current situation is unsatisfactory, but you wish that you could do more things that you love doing. For example, your hobbies or spending time with family or friends. Now, you wait for that right time or moment to change your course of action that will lead to a result that you want, which is happiness. Well, if you're waiting for that right moment, you're wasting your time. Let me explain. Our ability or sense to be happy comes from within, not from external factors. You don't need to quit your school life or take a holiday or vacation. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take a holiday. It's more important to take in what you experience now. You can embody happiness at any time, in which the following habits that I'll tell you right now can change that to reality. Number one, mindfulness or meditation. Dedicate some time each day to practicing mindfulness or meditation itself. It can be just for a few minutes every day. Aim to do at least minimum 10 minutes. Just sitting quietly, focusing on the way your body moves and breathes, and to observe your thoughts and what you think of as they pass by. Even sensations, but without any judgment. That's the key point. This means no laughing or giggling, squealing, whatever you're thinking of, we don't need to know about that. This also means that in that 10 minutes, you must stay quiet. In my opinion, using meditation music or songs that bring you to peace, not rock or metal, would be a great help for you to get into the mood, instead of you laughing out of nowhere. This practice can help you develop awareness and presence in the moment by observing yourself within that quiet time. Connecting with nature is another setting where you can just meditate or just stare at. Spending time outdoors and connecting with the natural world by taking a walk in the park, sit by a stream, or simply enjoy the beauty of the sky. I love staring at nature, to be honest with you guys. It brings a sense of tranquility and peace to my mind, especially at the clouds, the trees. I remember writing down on my bucket list to visit very beautiful nature reserves that like the ones that you find in your dreams or as like the must visits for tourists. As you guys can see, I haven't found any yet. This has a way of grounding us in the present moment and reminding us of the beauty and wonder of life without anyone sticking their noses in and asking what you are doing. Number two, engage your senses. Use your senses to fully immerse yourself in the present moment, wherever you might notice the sights, sounds, smells, or just basically your five senses that you've learnt about at school. I'll continue on knowing that you guys do. If you guys don't, that's very concerning. You may be sitting on the park bench, you may be sitting in the restaurant waiting for your order to come by. Just wait until the waiter skips you. The main point is to pay attention to the details of your experience and to savor the richness of each moment. I would recommend trying it by yourself first, especially a sublime area like I mentioned in point number one, would be the best choice to start off from since it sets the mood for you to be quiet and to calm yourself down, to even observe the senses around you without having any distractions. Number three, practice gratitude. How do you do that? By reflecting on the things that you're thankful for in life. Take time each day to think about the blessings, both big and small, that bring joy and meaning to your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be all smiles and rainbows. It can be an emotional experience that you've been through, and acknowledge that this does happen in life. Talk about how you feel grateful that without that experience, you wouldn't be yourself right now, no matter what kind it was, whether it led to a bad or a good outcome. This is your life. I'm sure everyone is experiencing some sort of it right now. Sometimes you just have to let it out, but it is easier said than done. I've personally been a victim of that. I don't do that at all. So that's why focusing on the positives in your life is a much better aspect of living rather than thinking about all the sentimental stuff that makes you cry. The fact that you have to be grateful that you have a bed, food and water to eat and drink. Keep in mind that there's millions out there right now suffering. I bet you know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to make this into an emotional or controversial topic. I'll leave it right here. Now, moving on to the next one is number four, single tasking. What I mean by that is instead of multitasking or rushing through multiple things at once, focus on doing one thing at a time with your full attention. 100% of your attention I'm talking about. Well, I just mean the best of it, alright? Whether you're eating, working, or spending time with loved ones, give each activity your undivided focus and presence. This is also easier said than done. But that way, you're slowly building yourself to being in the moment with other people surrounding you. Notice how they talk to you, notice their behaviors and signs of body language that you didn't know before. That way, it brings you to the present without you even knowing. I have to admit, this is pretty hard to do. Your mind always wanders off and thinks about what you should do later, or something that just pops up in your mind randomly. And it's exhausting too. Imagine listening to someone attentively for 3 hours. Don't do that. Not for 3 hours, that's for sure. Maybe a good 30 minutes to an hour is a good range. And also, it depends on who you're talking with. It does make such a huge difference. Number 5, practice acceptance. Acceptance is an essential part of being in the present. Instead of resisting or trying to control the present moment, practice accepting it as it is. Like I said, embrace the ups and downs of life with equanimity and an open heart. Everyone experiences this, it's just that everyone's afraid of opening up, talking about their true emotions, and telling about their worries. Don't have it is what it is mindset. I've tried that and it's chaotic. Imagine getting a low score on your assignment and saying that it is what it is. Don't take it that carelessly, accept your mistakes, and the main part of this is to learn from them and move on. Number 6, let go of distractions. By minimizing distractions that pull you away from the present moment, such as excessive screen time, worrying about the past or future, or ruminating on negative thoughts. Ways to get rid of that is quite tedious, and without it, life just seems, well, not the same as you want it to be. Let's take excessive screen time as our example. You're wondering how to reduce it in a healthy manner. I have mentioned this in more detail in How to Cultivate Self-Discipline Part 1. I presume or believe that's the podcast I'm referring to, but I'll do a quick summary of one of the points right now. In order to reduce your screen time, obviously setting a timer will help, but changing it from 3 hours to an hour is quite unhealthy, and if your screen time is more than that, please use this right now. Anyway, changing it from such large timings to such a drastically smaller one will make you quit this habit very fast. Instead, you do this. Number 1, note down your current screen time and what apps you use frequently. Number 2, calculate 90% of your current screen time and set that as your new timer for each app that you want to avoid. Social media is a great option for this, especially if you want to get rid of screen time and also if you are doom scrolling. Number 3, every week you decrease the percentage by 10%. So on the second week you do 80% instead of 90%, and the third week 70%, so on and so forth. That way, instead of being on your phone most of the time, you have time for your activities and hobbies that you want to do so badly but have been procrastinating on. Or go outside for a walk to meditate. Finally, number 7, cultivating joy, in which practice gratitude go hand in hand. By seeking out moments of joy and pleasure in your daily life, whether it's enjoying your favorite meals, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing a hobby you desire, you can be grateful for them and make time for those activities that bring you happiness and fulfillment. Of course, you'll naturally start to pay more attention to them since, well, you enjoy them. From the bottom of your heart, of course. I don't want you to fake it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work out. Leave it like that. Create more time and availability for those specific activities or hobbies so that you keep your mind in the most joyous state instead of constricting yourself within a frame. Now, by incorporating these practices into your life, you can cultivate a deeper appreciation for the present moment and experience greater peace, joy, and fulfillment in your everyday lifestyle. To end this off, I have collected information here and there to discuss more about this topic with you guys here today. I've been realizing that I need to work on this more lately, and I thought, why not talk about it with you guys? I feel like it brings me some sort of motivation to bring myself, to do the research and to apply these methods and to also do this in real life. Anyway, this is from Joshita from MYC Uncensored. Peace out.